I'm Brian Orlotti, and this is The Age of Ingenuity, our weekly chronicle of Canada's current innovation economy.
And I'm Chuck Black. And for those of us looking to learn more about Canadian innovation, here are a few upcoming and interesting events well worth checking out. The next Tech Toronto Meetup event will be held on March 9th, 2020 at 88 Queens Quay West in the RBC waterfront. Join the Tech TL community to meet and learn from Toronto's technology leaders, innovators, and enthusiasts. The format includes networking and drinks, demos and showcases, along with community open mic presentations and formal speakers. And I like this event because not only the formal speakers, but the idea that any one of us can go in there and give a presentation at the last moment. Formal speakers for this event include Maggie Bergeron. She's a co-founder and CEO of Embroidia. I hope I pronounced that right. It's Canada's largest online education learning platform for psychotherapists. Another guest is Jane Wang. She's CEO of Optimity. That's another startup focused around healthcare and proactive wellness. Donna DeWinter, she's COO of Q4 Inc., which is a cloud-based investor relations and capital market solution provider. And finally, Nuha Siddiq, I hope I pronounced that correctly. She's CEO of EcoPackers, my apologies. They build eco-friendly, single-use plastic containers using compostable materials. These are all startups less than a couple years old, and these are very knowledgeable and useful people to talk with. And details of the event and a link to buy tickets will be in the show notes. And this is a monthly event, which both Brian and I have been to once or twice, and it's well worth attending, not only for the speakers, but to meet some of the movers and the shakers of the local community.
Indeed, and it's also excellent recruiting ground. You'll definitely meet plenty of tech recruiters there if you're looking for work.
Our second event is Collision, which bills itself as the fastest growing tech conference in North America. Now it's coming to Toronto in June 2020. Now in its seventh year, the event has grown to over 30,000 attendees and has become a crossroads for the world's most influential founders and entrepreneurs. Speakers include Uber CTO Thuan Phan, Wells Fargo CMO Jamie Moldavsky, Slack Technologies CTO and co-founder Cal Henderson, and lots of C-level venture capital executives. Those attending will be joined by the CEOs and founders of the world's biggest companies, as well as some of the most promising new startups, influential investors, and leading journalists. They'll be focused around topics ranging from data science and content to auto tech and environmental sustainability. And I'm told you know a little bit about the event, Brian, at least from a local perspective.
Yes, I do know that that Collision, it's very popular among the Toronto tech ecosystem. A lot of Toronto-based startups attend Collision. A lot of Silicon Valley money there. They get a lot of funding there, and also clean energy startups there too, based in Toronto. They like Collision a lot.
Fair enough. The event will take place in downtown Toronto at the Enercare Centre at Exhibition Place. And for those looking for more information, I'll include the links in the show notes below. Our final event is a little bit different. It's the 2020 Future Festival World Summit, and it will be held in Toronto from September 15th to 17th. It's organized by an interesting company. It's called Trend Hunter, and it's an advertising and marketing agency which has spent the last decade or so tracking marketing and technology trends for a mostly commercial audience. The raw data is collected from a global network of approximately 3,000 fans. I would assume the fans are subscribers, and about 200,000 casual observers or contributors. Trend Hunter compiles and correlates this data using both human researchers and AI, which makes me feel better. It means we won't be unemployed forever. And the AI algorithms are used to identify consumer insights and deep dive opportunities for over 500 brands, billionaires, and CEOs. including Coca-Cola, Adidas, Victoria's Secret, IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, and even NASA. I'm told, Brian, you have a NASA T-shirt on today.
I do, showing my colors.
Even better. You go. Yes.
I was just going to say, I can vouch for Trend Hunters, and the AI seems to be doing a very good job because they got lots of interesting stuff there.
Absolutely. Even better, their head office is in Toronto. And as Brian said, they curate a website listing many of the ideas they've tracked at trendhunter.com. We'll include that link in the show notes below. Now, the Future Festival is, at least according to the Trend Hunter website, specifically designed to be the world's best innovation conference. It's a place for the world's top innovators to prototype their future. 97% of the attendees rate it as the best innovation conference ever, with a stunning 85% of the attendees of previous years rating it the best business event in all categories. Now, you can take that with a grain of salt, but I've heard good things about this event. And the website goes on to say, you'll experience next year's trends from the #1 trend firm while prototyping 5 or 10 disruptive ideas using the same award-winning innovation workshops we've used to help NASA prototype their journey to Mars. So a substantial amount of the marketing for NASA's next big mission is coming out of Trend Hunter and places very much like it.
If you'd like to promote your event or activity, or if you think you have insight into Canada's current innovation economy, please send us an email at mr.chuck.black@gmail.com.
And as mrchuck.black@gmail.com, I think that's all for this week. We'll be back next week with more stories covering our current age of ingenuity.